Winners of a major Eagle 1023 contest cannot win another major prize for 12 months. Check us out on the web at eagle1023.com for further contest rules and regulations.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 1240 AM LaGrange and W245AW 96.9 FM LaGrange. The 8th Annual Community Carnival Trunk or Treat will be at the Covered Arena on Highway 100 just north of Franklin on Monday, October 31st from 6:30 to 8 p.m. It's safer than door-to-door, suitable for all ages, and admission is only one new, unwrapped toy per child. Children must be accompanied by an adult, and for more information, simply call 706-675-6623 or 706-675-0444.
Apply. $99 customer service charge and 36-month monitoring agreement required. Offer expires 12/31/2016. Terms and license numbers available at www.secureathome.com.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Attention! Do you have outstanding federal student loans? Then get ready for a special free offer. Graduate Service Center wants to give you free information to see if you qualify for one lower monthly payment or student loan forgiveness. The call is free, the information is free, and there's absolutely no obligation. See if you qualify for lower monthly payments or loan forgiveness. Call now. 800-801-4950. That's 800-801-4950. Don't wait. Call now. 800-801-4950.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 1240 AM LaGrange and W245A.
Jimmy Johnson advanced.
It's time now for the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live here from Marisol. We are so thankful you to join us tonight as we're talking LaGrange College football. And Coach, we were just talking a minute ago. We've had some good things happen to us, but we need a win to be able to talk about all these Monday nights. But Maryville came to town, and we fell to them 30-19. But you and I talked a little bit before the show began. That first quarter, actually almost the whole first half, went scoreless. And Bill and I were talking on the radio at the broadcast. It seems that the defense really came to play as we began that ball game.
They did, and a lot of the young guys, again, we talked about it last week in the second half of the Ferrum game. A lot of these young guys that Coach Chambers given a chance to now really stepping up and doing a tremendous job. And I thought, we came out the more excited team. We definitely wanted to be there. We were excited to play the game. We were ready to play the game. But we just, Maryville's a great program. They're number one in the conference, and Sean Hayes does a tremendous job with them. And we did. It was kind of crazy the first quarter going 0-0. I can't remember the last time that we've actually not scored, in the first quarter. But, really had our opportunities.
Yep.
And I talked to Connor Blair today, and I said, Connor, son, a lot of people are going to talk about you being a good quarterback. We want to start talking about you being a great quarterback. And when you get receivers open down the field, we got to hit them. We can't miss them. And so we missed some throws. Marcellus dropped a
a touchdown.
Would have been touchdown right before the half, and this game would have totally been different.
Well, I think you're right. There's several things I think that turned them having a chance to score right there at the end of the first half was a tough one. We're tied 7-7, and they actually there weren't any scoring at all until like 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go. And then they score, we come back and we score, and then I think it's maybe 8 seconds left in the half, and they were able to put one more on us in the corner.
Yeah, that kind of stuff plagues any football team. I know I was talking to my good friend Gary Goff, who's the head coach at Tiffin in Ohio, and he's having a heck of a season. He's now 6-4 on the season, and that's the first winning season in like 15 or 16 years for them. So he's really done a great job. But just talking about statistics of a football game, and how many people take, most people are going to defer to start the game because they want to get the ball first, the second half.
And you haven't won a toss this year, have you?
And out of 8 tosses, we've won 1. Ugh. So I don't know what we're doing wrong there, or we just are not very lucky at coin tossing. None of my players should go to Las Vegas for sure because they will lose their money.
Well, just law of averages says you should get at least half of them over the time.
No doubt. So we end up getting the ball, which I don't mind on offense is fine. But what I talked to Coach Chambers about was just, we can't give up a score right before the half, and then they get the ball, and then they come out and score again right after the half. It just is really tough.
Well, it becomes a 14-point swing right there instead of being tied. And actually, we could have been ahead. We had a missed field goal that kind of falls in there as well. A 2-point conversion late that doesn't get us where we need it to be. So several missed opportunities, and also, as we've seen a couple of times, not the best officiating, which is a little bit frustrating, but that's one of those burdens we have to bear.
Yeah, I tell you, it's funny. You listen to Mike Leach. He is a trip to listen to, and his comments that he makes, about the officiating and all that. I think he actually got fined $10,000 last week for his comments on the officiating.
I'm sure there's a booster somewhere that was happy to write that check for him.
In Division III, I guess my comments on Twitter, over the weekend, I'm probably not getting fined for them, but they missed some calls. They really did, and I felt like I needed to take a timeout to talk about one of them to them, and it's hard because this game got taken away from us last year. And I felt like this year in some situations that we had an opportunity to probably make it a really, really tight ball club and maybe actually win it, ball game, and actually win it. It kind of got pulled away from us.
Well, again, go back to that first half as we were kind of walking through that and saw really the great job that I thought that their tackling was actually a lot better than I've seen in the past several games. Of course, we were taking on some pretty big backs, but I thought they did a better job of making good contact, getting themselves around, and also gang tackling. As one guy would stack a guy up, you'd see about 4 or 5 guys right on top of him.
Yeah, we played a good game. I mean, at the end of it, I told the guys after the game, I said, that's a good football program, and we gave them a run for their money. And, the thing for us is, we got to start earning more respect too, so we got to start finding a way to close the deal, and that's just what we're not doing right now.
Got a couple other plays I want to mention in this past game, then we'll kind of move on to some other things. We got a guest joining us in a minute as well. But right now we're going to take a break. You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live from Mayor Soul on Eagle Sports.
When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live here from Mayor Soul. And Coach, I want to kind of go back to the game a little bit more. I was kind of looking at the box score, and we talked about at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half, those two touchdowns really were the difference in the ball game. As I'm looking across, it's 14-7 at the end of the half. They score 9, we score 6. They score 7, we score 6. We're right there with each other within a point or two, but it's just the beginning and the end kind of capped it all for them.
Yeah, we just, we had our opportunities. And I told Coach Chambers, I said, y'all, defense did a great job. We were right.
It was one of their best games.
This is a team that's, I think they're averaging around 38, 40 points a game. And that's, what I told our offense, and again today, I was like, you guys got to accelerate. You got to do what you were doing in the beginning of the season when we were averaging 51 points. And for whatever reason, now you guys aren't playing that well. Now, for those people out there listening, the hard part is, when we got to the middle of the season and we have 4 or 5 linemen get hurt, we're playing with freshmen, your quarterback play tends to, he gets a little more cautious and gets a little more nervous.
I think 3 sacks in the ball game of Connor, and he's there. I think teams have scouted us now, and they say that's a way to kind of slow down that air raid offense is by collapsing that pocket.
Right, and and once as a quarterback, it's easy for everybody to sit there and be a coach on the couch, but when quarterbacks get hit on a constant basis, that takes something out of them, and it takes a little bit of their trust factor out of them. It makes them hurry throws a little bit more. Connor had a chance to hit Josh Hardrick down the sideline. It was actually like a skinny post look, and he had plenty of time. All he had to do was just sit in there and throw the ball and make a good throw, but he rushed it just a little too much, and Hardrick wasn't able to get to it, and it cost us a score.
Yeah, and it may be a mechanics thing, too, that happens. But it seems like he's putting on some of the short intermediate passes a whole lot behind it. He's throwing bullets right there at the line of scrimmage, and that change in mechanics will change a receiver the way that he catches the ball.
Yeah, to start the game, he missed a couple of throws that were, should have been just normal completions that we make. And we tried to get him settled down early, and we talked to him. Of course, as a coach, it's easy to get upset, but you don't want to rattle your quarterback either. So we tried to say, look, you got to pick it up, and kind of be a little bit hard on him, but, obviously not trying to do too much to where it just changed him and he wouldn't be able to do it the rest of the game.
Well, and that's what coaching is as well. I think that you had something on your Twitter feed a couple of weeks back about encouragement is really what guys need, not criticism.
Without a doubt. I mean, always be positive, find the positives and everything. And like I said, there's plenty of good things we did Saturday. It just, we got to learn to do a little bit more and start closing these games out to where we win them.
One of those, you had a great pass to Keontae Button in the end zone. He makes really a spectacular catch, a diving and roll, keeps the ball close to his body, never touches the ground, get a touchdown there. But then you come right back with an onside kick that was one of the most effective ones I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't been very good at that. So Jacob Harper did a great job of giving us I ran down to him. I said, look, you got to give us a chance, and he did. He popped it up perfect. Lavelle Meeks ran down there, and our guys ran down there and got their hands on it and gave ourselves an opportunity to go down and score. We got down there. We had a play. I think we were down to the 5-yard line. It was 2nd and 1, and we were in perfect position to go ahead and get that score. And then we were going to have to obviously onside a kick again. Right. But some unfortunate events. We messed up on personnel. We ended up taking a penalty, and so we ended up having to throw it. And and again in that situation, I told Connor, I was like, you and Meeks have got to find a way to hook up. I mean, it can't be just throw it out there and let it be anybody's ball.
Right.
We were better than that.
Well, we're going to take another break. We come back. We got a special guest that's going to join us. We'll talk, kind of put this one behind us and look ahead. We still have the opportunity to move towards 500. That's one of I think the big goals going forward. But right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Great dining starts at Mare Sol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Mare Sol is here for you. Mare Sol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at maresolrestaurant.com. When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com. Have you eaten at Summit Grill? Well, then tomorrow is your day to enjoy some biscuits in the morning. And for lunch, grab the blue plate with 3 sides and a drink. What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia, next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back. Our wives are over there trick-or-treating. They've gotten candy. Everyone get any of that over our way, guys? They're not paying the same attention. All right, welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live here from Mare Sol. We're having a great time tonight. And, Coach, we've talked about the game, but let's focus on some of the positives, some of those guys that really stood out in this contest, and talk about the players of the game.
I just want to slide back for a second because you're right. She brought the candy over, and they did not, either one of them did not get us a piece.
No, they did completely ignored us there.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You're going to share your 2-piece Kit Kat with me?
Well, give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out the players of the game. So the Kemp's offensive player of the game was Marcellus Jackson. He had, he had 5 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. And Marcellus has been great all year. He's really having a great senior season, and hopefully this might get him some exposure to get an opportunity to go on to the next level. Our Hutchinson Special Teams Player of the Week, once again, 3 weeks in a row, was Patrick Gooden, who had 2 punts for 88 yards, which was a 44-yard average with a 48 long. So it was he's really
flipped the field a couple times for us. Yeah,
really doing a good job punting it. And I've had some talks with Patrick. Patrick wants to try and maybe take a shot at the next level, maybe Canadian League or Arena or something like that. So we're going to try and get him some opportunities too. And then our BSN Defensive Players of the Week, we actually went with 2, and they're 2 freshmen, Brian Oliver and Zach Newberry. And I tell you what, Coach Chambers says a lot of great things about Newberry. Newberry was at safety, and then he's at nickel, and then he's over here, and he's just a really smart, bright young man. And he just knows he's got to get a little bit stronger, and once he does that, he's going to be a great player. And then Oliver has just been, really, really good for us at corner, and we look forward to big things out of these 2 guys moving forward.
One guy I do have to mention, well, maybe not one of the players of the game, but he did play very well. But he needs to find a way to keep his helmet on his head. Is Blair Lampkin? I think 3 times he lost his helmet in the contest.
Yeah, and I don't know what the deal is. We got a couple of guys on offense too. It's just these shut helmets just do not like to stay on our heads. So I don't know what the deal is there. But
in fact, there was they were called back in a play too. The back had actually broken out of the pile, but his helmet came off in the scrum, and they had to stop the play because he couldn't run down the field without his helmet on.
Yeah, that was another upsetting point in the game for me because they came over and they said, well, we're calling face mask. And I said, well, he didn't
have a
face
helmet.
mask him. He said, well, you're right. He didn't face mask him. He grabbed the back of his helmet. And I said, well, that's not the face mask.
That'd be the back
So
masking.
you're
I don't
calling
know.
a face mask penalty off us popping a kid's lid off. So I'm just, once again, I mean, a lot of my frustration there with the referees, but we're going to move on.
Well, I didn't mean to bring up that. I'm sorry. Let's go really positive now. You got your buddy Chris. Chris, say your name for me. Your last name for me.
Stinston.
All right, Stinston. I always get it wrong, but we just call you Big Chris, and we are certainly happy for you to be here tonight. Now, if anybody's been to the stadium and seen the Panthers come out getting ready to go, there's always one guy that's super fired up, super excited about the ball game, and that's Chris leading them out.
Yes, sir.
You have a good time doing that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Coach, would you bring in Chris this year to take on? I know he's been around the program for a while, but
I met Chris when we first came here, and I was the offensive coordinator. I had the opportunity. I was walking down the sideline, and I saw Chris standing up in the stands. And I went over and I introduced myself to him, and I said, Chris, I would love to have you come visit us, at practice, and if you'd like to come down on the sideline for a couple of games, we'd love to have you down there. And I tell you what, Chris is just he took off and ran with that because he is at work every day. You bring a bag of clothes, right?
Bring a bag of clothes.
Some days you bring a lunch.
Yeah, I bring lunch by myself. And
what time do you come to the office in the morning?
By afternoon.
Sometimes you get there way before all of us, don't you?
Yes, sir.
He likes.
you give him a key, let him open up.
He will be outside waiting on us sometimes, and I tell you what, he's very energetic. The players love him. He's a lot of fun to have around. You have a lot of fun?
Yes, sir.
Now you can pump some iron too, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you get down there and show the other guys how they should be doing it, how they should be pumping the iron?
Yes, sir. Sometimes the players working out, so all the players do good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the players need relax, working out more. Like people doing something to do, play hard, play good. So. And stuff like that, like all the players, like a bit tough, a bit hard, something like that, and be defense, be hard on offense, attack on defense.
Attack on defense.
Attack on defense. That's it.
I think you've got a coach right there.
Now, Chris, tell everybody how old you are.
My age, I'm 23.
Okay, and tell them where you're from.
Rochester, New York.
Originally from New York, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's your favorite sport other than football?
My favorite sport is for NFL. I like New York Giants.
Okay, what about other than football? What do they do in the ring that you like watching? You like watching a little?
I watch the WWE.
WWE, right?
Okay.
He's big into the wrestling.
Who's your man? Who do you like? The Roman Reigns? Who you like?
I like John Cena.
John Cena. You can't see me over here then.
Yes, sir.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you joining us here on the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. You've done a great job for us, man.
That's right.
Thank you, and keep those Panthers fired up for us, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll start to look ahead at what we got coming on. But right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
You killed it.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu. Transform.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods. DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself, but I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit teamnational.com.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live here from Marisol. Our thanks again to the folks here at Marisol. This has been a great season of coming up here and enjoying the folks, seeing a lot of folks that we know and enjoying the fun. So if you have a chance on any night of the week, of course, but Monday nights especially, come and join us. We've got at least a couple more weeks to go, Coach. We've got 2 more games left in the season. Right now, of course, we're 2-5, and the opportunity, 3-5, the opportunity that presents itself for us to get to 500.
Yeah, and I told the guys this is important, especially for this senior class. We got 18 guys, and they've given everything they've got for 4 years, and so hopefully we can get out there and get 2 more for them. And obviously this one will be pivotal this week. NC Westland has done a good job over the last 2 or 3 years of getting a lot of quality players in, and they're an athletic team. So, we'll definitely have our hands full. And I'll tell you, from the start of when I first took over this program, I think we've talked about it a little bit, and it's just the dynamic of the conference changing so much. The 3.5, 4 years ago when I first got here, the USA South was ranked 28th out of 30 Division III conferences, so they were basically at the tail end of how successful the conference was. And this year we were ranked 15th.
Wow.
So the conference has gotten tougher, and that's a tribute to all the great coaches that are in here that all these schools have hired, and obviously they're great academic schools, and so they're getting great student athletes, and it's very competitive, and every week, anybody can beat anybody, and so that's kind of where we're sitting. Well,
and you and I have talked about this. These are guys that come in with a remarkable passion for the game because they want to continue their careers. They want to find a way to continue to play football, and the schools work with them, find opportunities for them to do work studies and all different kinds of things to get them in there, since there's not necessarily a scholarship program available for them. But these are a lot of times we're pretty smart guys coming in to be part of lots of different, from political science to even theater. A lot of folks doing lots of different things there at the college.
Yeah, they're paying to go to school. They're paying a lot of money to go to school and play football. So, for the most part, their dedication is there, and they really want to be there, and they really want to be successful. And so, we just got to continue to grow guys up. This class of 18 seniors is our biggest one in a long time. And, right behind them, we've got a class of, 15, 16 juniors. And then the big thing is we got a class of 29 sophomores. So, if we can continue to stay down that path, and I know we've talked about it in earlier shows, especially when we played Huntington. Huntington and Maryville are churning out classes of 25 and 30 seniors every year, and that's where we need to get to really start to see the results we want.
Where you can really see it is we're doing when we do our radio show for the broadcast, we go down the starting lineups, and it's freshman, sophomore, a senior, and then sophomore, freshman. I mean, that's on both offense and defense. It seems like that's the way.
Right, and and like I was looking at NC Westland's depth chart this morning, and I was like, man, junior, senior, junior, senior, and I'm like, wow, they just aren't. These teams that are towards the top are not playing with young guys. Yeah. And, we felt that way. We were coming into the season. We were going to play with some older guys, but a lot of injuries have forced us back down to playing a lot of freshmen. So
even our kicker gets hurt, as Zach Goodwill's done a pretty good job for us, and he's having to step out of this pass ball game.
Yeah, and Jacob Harper did a good job, stepping in. And that's a tough position. They've just got to – you've got to be able to move on when you don't make them, and when you make them, be humble and just move on and stay positive. So
let's go and take another quick break. About a minute back to the station. When we come back, we'll close things out from Marisol. Right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
Great dining starts at Marisol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Marisol is here for you. Marisol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at marisolrestaurant.com.
Encouraged to make your own discoveries. Where can you be challenged to achieve the impossible by professors who know you by name? Our graduates have earned Emmy and Grammy nominations, successfully negotiated major business deals, and been inspired to teach and serve where they're needed most. Experience the transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. Matt, I was just talking with Coleman that we appreciate all of our sponsors, but in that last break, they picked two of the best sponsors we could have, Marisol and LaGrange College. So that's two good spots to run back.
Without a doubt. And I tell you what, again, our hats off to Chase and those guys here at Marisol because they've done a tremendous job all year for us, and we really appreciate them doing that for us today. And I tell you what, their cooks are back there. Those ribs
remarkable
tonight were unbelievable. And I tell you what, those things could go up against a lot of people in barbecue.
Yeah, this wasn't Chili's baby back, ribs or anything. This was real good stuff.
Real deal. The presentation was awesome. I think if we were, critiquing the way it looks.
Welcome to the Matt Mumme Cookie Show. Well, the ambiance of the restaurant was very excellent. But anyway, Coach, y'all head up to North Carolina Wesleyan. Y'all leave on Friday to head up there and get ready for that contest?
Yeah, we'll leave out probably early Friday morning. It's going to take us probably about 8 hours to get up there. It's kind of a longer drive than most people would think. We got to go up through Atlanta and then cut over through Columbia, South Carolina, and then up, towards Charlotte and all that. So it's a little bit of a lengthy trip. We'll get the guys on the bus, get them a bunch of movies, and stop somewhere for lunch, and then get on in there for dinner, and then it'll be a quick turnaround. We'll get up early in the morning, have a pregame meal, and we're playing at 1.
Yep. So just jump right back into it. Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us tonight. Folks, thank you again for joining us. We'll be back next week here live from Marisol for the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. Be sure to be listening to us over the weekend. Of course, you can go to the website, and you can see the streaming video. You can also be listening for that broadcast. But it'll be exciting as the Panthers go to try to take a big win from North Carolina Wesleyan and continue their ways, hopefully some winning ways to close out the season.
Without doubt.
All right, for Chris, great job tonight. Thank you again for being here. For Coach Mumme, I'm Jack Mormon, and we'll see you next week on the radio.